Imagine a scenario that defies logic and haunts history. A perfectly seaworthy ship, found adrift on the high seas, with everything in its proper place: cargo, supplies, personal belongings, except for one crucial thing: the crew, not a soul on board. No signs of struggle, just the silence of a mystery that has endured for over a century. This is the enigma of the Mary Celeste, the ship that became a ghost before it even sank. Prepare to unravel the layers of one of the most fascinating disappearance cases in maritime history. Our journey begins in 1872. The Mary Celeste, a 282-ton brigantine, set sail from New York on November 7th, bound for Genoa, Italy. Aboard were Captain Benjamin Briggs, a respected and experienced man, his wife Sarah, their young daughter Sophia, and a crew of 7 men. The cargo, 1,701 barrels of denatured alcohol. A voyage that promised to be uneventful, but which would turn into a legend. Captain Briggs was known for his prudence and for taking his family on some voyages, which was not uncommon at the time. The Mary Celeste, although it had a past with some minor incidents, was considered a robust and well-maintained ship. No one could have imagined that, in a few weeks, it would become the stage for one of the greatest mysteries in navigation. Time passed, and the Mary Celeste followed its route across the Atlantic, until, on December 4th, 1872, about 600 miles off the coast of Portugal, the Canadian brigantine Gratia, commanded by Captain David Morehouse, spotted something unusual. A ship that appeared to be in distress, sailing erratically, with some sails loose and others torn. Curiosity and concern led Morehouse to approach. What the Gratia's boarding party found when they stepped onto the Mary Celeste's deck was shocking. The ship was completely empty. There were no signs of violence, nor of looting. The cargo was intact. The galley contained prepared food, as if the meal had been interrupted. The personal belongings of the captain and crew were in their cabins. A violin, a piano, clothes, all in place. It was as if everyone had simply gone for a stroll. But there were clues, and they only deepened the mystery. The Mary Celeste's lifeboat was missing. The compass was damaged, and a chronometer, essential for navigation, was not found. There was about 3 feet of water in the hold, but this was not an imminent threat. The logbook, found in the first mate's cabin, had its last entry dated November 25th, 9 days before the discovery, with no mention of problems. A rusty sword was found under the captain's bed, and a rope with a strange knot was tied to the stern. Dragging in the water. News of the ghost ship quickly spread, and a formal investigation was launched in Gibraltar. Theories began to emerge, each attempting to fill the void left by the crew. The most popular, and perhaps the most plausible, suggested that the fear of an alcohol explosion would have led to the abandonment. Industrial alcohol in wooden barrels could release flammable vapors. A small explosion, or the strong smell, could have led Captain Briggs to order a temporary evacuation to the lifeboat tied to the ship. But why wouldn't they have returned? And why were they never found? Other hypotheses included piracy, but the absence of looting and violence made this theory unlikely. Mutiny, also without evidence. A more exotic theory spoke of a sea monster, or an extreme natural phenomenon, like a waterspout, that would have swept the crew from the deck. There is also speculation that Captain Morehouse of the Gratia, who knew Briggs, might have had some involvement. But investigations never proved anything. The Mary Celeste, after being towed and undergoing a legal process, continued to sail for a few more years, always carrying the aura of its mysterious past. It passed through several owners, many of whom faced misfortunes, until, in 1885, its fate was sealed. It was deliberately scuttled off the coast of Haiti in an attempt at insurance fraud. An ignominious end for such an enigmatic ship. The mystery of the Mary Celeste remains officially unsolved. The absence of bodies, a clear motive, and the almost perfect condition of the ship make the case one of the most intriguing in history. It has become a symbol of the inexplicable, inspiring countless works of fiction and fueling the imagination of generations. What really happened on that fateful day in December 1872? Were they victims of a collective panic, an unexpected accident, or something much darker that the ocean refused to reveal? The Mary Celeste continues to be a haunting reminder of the vastness and unfathomable secrets of the sea. A ghost ship that sails forever in the waters of legend.